Deciphering Elohim, plural, and Zelem. Genesis 1:26. And God said, "Let us make man in our image after our likeness." Beyond the plural form of the verb, the terms image, Zelem, from the same root as Zela, have multiple meanings. According to the code, image refers to mental or spiritual communication, while likeness refers to verbal communication. In the first time, God Satan says, "Let us make." Speaking in the plural symbolically indicates that he was behind his allies from the very beginning, at the opening of the portal that took place in the 53rd year. In this phase, God Satan had mental and spiritual communication with his allies, while communication with those born on their own and with the generators of life was only verbal. Here God Satan states that he created man. He no longer says make, but declares he has already created him. This indicates that the portal is now open and he is communicating, marking the beginning of the return. He specifically says, male and female. Male represents the allies, the project, while female represents those born on their own, the means. At this point, he no longer speaks in the plural, but in the singular, because the network of consciousness has been initiated. The text contains an intertwined structure, with two narratives representing the passage from pre-existence to the here through a project divided into two phases. The first phase from the 53rd year, the second phase up to the 182nd year, the completion. This concept is presented in the Bible as a ciphered code, a hidden meaning corresponding to the mystery behind words like revelation, salvation, faith, and Trinity. It is a project of God Satan carried out through people. The Bible is the medium and expresses it in various ways. One way to represent this passage is through the sides. Zela, from the same root as Zelem, means two sides, two halves, going and returning. First side, the project started in the 53rd year. Second side, the means completed in the 182nd year. These sides correspond to the symbols indicated by the Hebrew letters Phi and Samek, which represent the two phases of the portal opening and the forward passage. Zela and Zelem therefore indicate the two phases of the project, divided into two parts. The entire biblical concept is based on these two phases. The 53rd year represents the beginning of the project, and the 182nd year represents its completion. This structure indicates a pre-existing project that manifests here through God Satan's allies. The means becomes a definitive project after the 182nd year and is then transmitted to others. This concept is expressed by the word Zela, which means side. First side, half of the pre-existing project. Second side means existing in the here. The word Zela shares the same root as Zelem, which means image, statue, or shadow. When the Bible says that God Satan created man in his image, it refers to the change in people's consciousness, separation from the generator of life, and subsequent union with God Satan. Zela and Zelem represent the concept of going and returning in the process of God Satan's degenerative transformation, symbolizing the passage between pre-existence and the here. The project is divided into two phases, the change of consciousness and the union with God Satan.